What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Salute to everyone tuning in. I want to talk about actor Kel Mitchell. He is of the Kenan and Kel show and all that, and Good Burger. Like he's somebody that a lot of us grew up on. I know I did. I made a video previously about the issues that him and his ex-wife have been going through. This woman has clearly been on a campaign to ruin this guy's name. Now she's running from social media after news of the court that they were having these child support proceedings in basically sided with Kel Mitchell and say that he did not owe $1 million in back child support. As a matter of fact, he had satisfied everything that he had owed. This is probably one of the first times I've seen a child support type situation especially with celebrities, where they say, he's basically satisfied all his obligations to you, right? She's claiming he put her out the house and sold it, but she got a portion of the proceeds of the sale. But she went and spent it up probably on BS, right? Thinking that there was always going to be a place for her to get money, especially from him. Now, this woman is a very despicable woman. This woman, Tyisha, I think it's how you pronounce it, Tyisha, she decided to go on a campaign to smear this man's name and reputation. Now, this is her ex-husband. This is the father of her children, whether she likes it or not. She went on this campaign to ruin his name because he is no longer with her. He's remarried, right? He, I believe, has become a pastor, and her life sucks. That's why she's on TikTok trying to invite thirst from men, because she don't have anybody. And if she is dating somebody, I hope that guy understands that this could be done to him as well. This woman and her daughter have went out of their way to try to paint Kel as a bad guy. And it's very sad, but this is what happens in a lot of situations. When men divorce their wives and the children go and stay with the mother, that woman is going to brainwash those children. That woman is going to turn those kids against the father. That's why courts are so comfortable putting the children with the mothers. I don't think it's just about, child support or alimony. I think they genuinely want to brainwash children into hating men or hating masculinity. Because if a child grows up with his father, he's not going to feel this increasing disdain towards other men or their father or masculinity. Y'all can say, well, I don't believe that, Jay. Well, look at what society, especially in America, has turned into. We got a bunch of males and females that have resentment towards their fathers because maybe their fathers weren't in their life. But the thing is that their fathers weren't in their life because of their mother. Kel was married to this heifer. He was married to her for about 6 years? They had children in the marriage. Kel wasn't some friend with benefits or a guy that she had a one-night stand with. They were married. They had children together. I'm sure Kel wanted to be in his children's life, but that woman made it very difficult because she realized that she was no longer going to be the wife of a celebrity, and I think it bothered her that when she broke up with Kel, she was never able to meet another guy on his level. And I think when she saw him move on and still be able to find success for himself and get remarried, I think that really bothered her. It really bothers these divorced women when they see their ex-husbands, move on from them. It really hurts them. It really hurts them. And they start making all these accusations, dragging. This woman, Tyisha, dragged Kel through the mud. She made all types of disparaging remarks about him. All right, things that you get sued over. And what this court proceeding is telling me is that the courts are even sick of her, right? She had no case, but she went to court thinking that she gonna get some money out of him, and she didn't. That he had satisfied his obligations financially. We got a lot of lazy, hurt heifers out here who want to live off their ex's success. You got all these women getting married. The first thing they want to do is get a divorce attorney that's going to help them get a big, a settlement. That's all they care about. That's why you got to be careful of marrying women, period. Especially when you have money and resources. Now, if you broke and you ain't got nothing going on and you want to marry a woman, go marry her. You know, it's like, if you divorce her, it's not like she can take anything from you because you don't have anything at all. But men who have money and resources should be very careful of seeking marriage with women who don't have much going into that marriage, because once you divorce, she's going to come after you. And she's going to think she's entitled to half. She's going to think she's entitled to walking away with half of what you've earned. And that shouldn't be the case at all. And the thing is, Kel has been divorced since 2005. And this woman has not moved on. If it was the other way around, y'all be calling Kel toxic and saying that he needs to go away. She needs to get some sort of protective order or restraining order. You know, she should take him to court. He's making disparaging remarks. She needs to sue him, right? How come nobody's saying in this situation? This woman has made very disparaging comments about him, accusations about him. She's using her daughter to do it, right? And that's the saddest part about this. In this society, they're okay with the children being turned against the father, because that's what they want. You know, they want a matriarchal society because they can control women. The higher ups, you know, a lot of these elitists, they can control women. They give women a few trinkets, a few titles. You can control them, right? Some hair weave and some expensive vacations, or, you know what I'm saying? You know, get them some money from the men, of course. They're able to control these women. And that's why we are where we're at, and why you're seeing so much vitriol towards men from their own children. I don't think that Kel went out of his way to not be involved in his children's lives. He was dealing with a bitter, hurt heifer who realized that the gravy train was over. So let's get into this article from Atlanta Black Star. That never cared about money. Court records prove Nickelodeon's star Kel Mitchell does not owe his ex-wife $1.2 million in back child support despite her daughter's allegations. That's sad, you know. Kel Mitchell has remained silent regarding allegations from his oldest daughter, Allure Mitchell, that he was an absentee father and sold the family home she grew up in with her brother Lyric and their mother, Tyisha Hampton. Mitchell and Hampton wed in 1999 and divorced in 2005. Over the years, Hampton has accused Kenan and Kel star of being a deadbeat and owing millions in back child support. Both she and Allure alleged he went years without seeing the children after the separation. I don't think he did that on purpose, people. I think he did it because, no, I'm not, you know, I can't excuse a man not being in his children's lives. I would never do that. But I don't think she made it easy. Because again, Kel was married to her when they had those children. He wasn't a guy she was just sleeping with. There was a reason why. If he wasn't there, look no further than the woman that had him. There's a lot of bitter single baby mamas out here who make it hard for the father to be in the child's life. So when the child grows up, they can use that against them. Well, you were the one who were making it difficult. You weren't inviting. You didn't try to make it easy for him to be a part of his children's life because you were bitter. And the thing is, she was younger. Now she's older and she's full of shit. And she was full of shit then. These women are all about the father being in the children's lives when they want some money, when they're about to go to court. Mitchell denied both of those claims, but at a recent hearing, a judge ruled that Hampton was paid more than what she was owed. RadarOnline.com obtained new court documents that state a judge agrees with the 45-year-old, noting that the $420,000 Hampton received from the state or from the sale of their family home made up for whatever he could have possibly owed. And I bet she spent that money again on BS. Didn't take that money and buy another home. She went and spent it on a bunch of miscellaneous things. And then when she was broke, she was looking for Kel to take care of her. The court finds that any and all arrears pursuant to the judgment from Kel to Tyisha are paid in full by petitioner, the order stated. From the beginning, Kel has alleged that Hamptons have sought to damage his career and reputation. He said he did not see the kids again until 2012, the year he saw Allure and Lyric in reunification therapy with Hampton and a therapist. As previously reported, court documents also prove he made several attempts to see his children. Y'all see that? Court documents also prove that he made several attempts to see his children, but that hurt, bitter heifer that he was married to did not want him to have a relationship with his children, because the children were a bargaining chip. The children were a bargaining chip of hers. These women play war games with their own children. And it's good that it was documented to prove that she's nothing more than a liar. Between 2016 and 2020, Mitchell shared a variety of Instagram posts featuring photos and videos of himself and Allure with his now wife, Asia Lee, their daughter, Wisdom, and their son, Honor. Several of the posts celebrate the day Allure attended her junior and senior prom, her first day of college, and her 19th birthday. In December 2022, Rant, the now 21-year-old, called out her father for only being supportive financially. But well, wait a minute. I thought your mother wasn't getting money, but he was supporting financially? But I thought he was in arrears. I thought he was, you know, there was so much back child support. Claiming he did not see her or her brother from ages 5 to 15. Well, you need to have that conversation with your mother, okay? I'm tired of the fathers always being blamed for not being there. We need to go talk to these women who are bitter, who try to blanket and put a wall up between the father and the children because the children are a bargaining chip. You know, and the man don't want to, what women will do, right? They will use the children against the man if he doesn't want to be with them. She'll be like, well, if you don't want to see me, then you can't see the children. That's what the majority of these women do. That's what the majority of them do, because they so desperate for a man. They had a child. They go and they have children with these dudes, thinking that the child is gonna keep the man there. That's how delusional Western women are. Western women are very delusional, and they're not very bright. And they do these things to try to keep men. And when it don't work, they use the child against the men. That's how disgusting these people are. I guess 10 years without your children could do this to you. I am done being silent, Allure said. My father is the type of man to fake as if he's in my life, but he is not. He was there financially. What I mean by that is he only paid for what, in my eyes, looked good on paper. What the hell does that mean? Did you think you deserved more? That's that female greed, what looked good on paper. What does that even mean? She also expressed enduring unimaginable degree of abuse throughout her childhood and losing the home she claims was bought with help from her grandparents. In the end, she lost, and we were without a home, still without a home. Yet Kel Mitchell, my father, gets to live in a 5-bedroom house in the valley. She continued, yet in his eyes, I'm ungrateful. I never cared about your money. I just needed my dad. Well, why don't you have a phone conversation with him instead of going live? Y'all love going live, telling all your business. Then you tell people to stay out your business. Well, stop putting your business out here so people like me don't have to speak on your business. That's what you need to do. Why don't you go and have a conversation with them in private instead of going live and then getting mad when people say things that you don't agree with? It is absolutely sickening that the type of entitlement. Do you know that there are people who father didn't do anything for them? He just left, didn't do nothing financially, didn't make no attempts to be in their life, right? All they ever wanted was their father there, and he just didn't care. I think Kel cared. I really do. But unfortunately, this young lady was brainwashed by her vindictive mother, okay, who should have gotten off her ass and got a job or got a career instead of trying to live off somebody that didn't want to be with her anymore. But it's the man's fault, right? He's responsible. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to do that. It takes two. It takes two to have a child, not one. It takes two people to have a child. Your mother made no attempts, I believe, to have Kel in your life and your brother's life. I think she, at every turn, tried to stop him from being a part of y'all life. But the fact that y'all upset at him lets me know everything I need to know. And that's why I'm glad that they saw through it. And I'm glad that Kel was able to get this W. And hopefully people can move on. Kel can move on. Y'all can move on. You mean you're grown now? Talking to Allure. You're grown. Your mother should have been moved on. And hopefully people can get the healing. Okay? Because this whole, he's a deadbeat, he don't pay money towards his children is a non-issue. So let me think in the comment section, let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see you on the next one.